Hey everybody, welcome. All right. So make sure. Welcome to Yin. We're going to do a 45-minute practice this Sunday. And I invite you guys to get 2 blocks for practice. And some water and your playlist. There is a playlist today. The playlist is called 45-Minute Yin, Sunday, May 23rd, because can't believe it. We're well into May. Soon be June. So 45 minutes today to complete this week-long offering of shorter classes for the platform. Again, there's a bunch of classes on Yoga with Simone, but there's not so many shorter classes, so I wanted to just offer that this week. And what can I tell you? We'll be back doing hour-long classes for next week. So Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. All classes are at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern, and all classes are by donation. I appreciate it. There's various ways you can send a donation. You can see info on my website, simonechichester.com. You can also see info here on the YouTube platform. And if you are not in a position to donate, don't worry about it. Classes are here on offer. We're going to get started in 3-ish minutes. You can get all the things you need ready. I've got my water. Got coffee off screen. I've got my device ready to play some music for us. And I've got the chat up in case you want to say hello and send a little note if you're joining live. And if you're ready and everything is there that you need, feel free to get on your back body. That's always nice. Bring your things with you so that they are within arm's reach, so that you don't have to shift too much when you get into a comfortable Shavasana to start your practice. We'll get started in just 2 minutes time. Hi, husband Paul. With Bella in another room. No time like the present to lie down, so that's where I'm gonna head. Onto my back body with props nearby. Thing with Yin is we don't move a lot, and when we do move, we shift super slowly, as though the movement is something to kind of almost enjoy, I would say, to extend the movement and match the movement with your breath. And to move also just super mindfully when we are moving. And then we're in our poses for an extended period of time, really meeting our breath and falling deeply into the pose. So less is more, kind of turning down the amp on the muscles, softening into the shapes that are offered to us, and then allowing really the shapes to make use of our body in the best way. We use the shapes to know our body more deeply rather than using our bodies to get into the shapes. So that's the idea for today's practice. All right, guys, it's on the hour. We're going to get started. Grab your device. I'm going to count down so we can play our music. Counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. Adjusting your volume so you can hear the sweetness of the soundtrack and also hear me. Take 2 breaths in Shavasana, wide-legged, wide arms, palms face up. Bring the soles of the feet to the mat, knees look up, slow movements into that space. Maybe tuck the chin in to make the neck longer. And then bring the soles of the feet together and wide the knees for butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. If it's a challenge for you with the knees suspended in space, you can comfort your outer legs with your props at any height so that you can slip in and stay in softly in this pose. Add on a second to your inhale. Add on 2 seconds to your exhale. About 5 more breaths, perhaps almost another minute of time here. Inhaling to belly filling up. Exhaling to belly just dropping down to empty. And soften your gaze, even close your eyes for an inhale. Lightly opening the mouth to exhale. And carefully keep your right leg in the shape of Baddha Konasana, butterfly. And then inhale your left knee up. And then exhale your left knee to the right. Maybe walking your foot into position so that your left knee lands. You might remove any props on the outside of the right leg. And you might even prop in between your legs to help this settle. You could also let the props be completely free of this as you enter your twist. And then tee out your right arm and bring your left arm overhead, left fingertips pointing straight up the length of your mat. To really enhance the left side open in this twist. Option wherever you want to look. You can look towards the right fingertips or towards the left side. Try and really land in the feeling across and up and down your left side, right into the twist. Maybe close your eyes so you can really be particular about breathing in and out through the nose, up and down the left side and across the rib cage. And travel through 3 more breaths. But as you inhale, fill up a little more, take extra sips. And as you exhale, drop down into the lower belly a little more to empty everything out. Together we inhale, get to the top and hold. Hold. And part your lips a little bit and exhale, sigh it out. And bring your right hand close to your hip. Press the right palm down. And bring your left arm forward and left palm close to your hip. Press the left palm down. Keep your right leg there. Bring your left knee up to center on an inhale. Heel toe the left foot in to make that possible. And then exhale the left knee down to the left, back into butterfly pose. And just pause here. You might pick up your upper back and walk your shoulders kind of more center. And then on your next inhale, pick up the right knee, ground your right foot, and then on the exhale, drop your right knee to the left for the twist. You can take one of your props and prop it in between your legs if that helps. Or maybe you shift your right foot a bit so that you can drop your right knee a little more into the space of your twist. And then extend your left arm into a T. Ground that, and then take your right arm overhead, almost like you're doing a backstroke, until your right fingertips reach for the top or front of your mat in that direction and grounding there. Settle your arms with your exhale breath. Settle your knees a little more heavy. Feel the length on your right side all the way up your arm past your armpit. And then decide where you want to look. You can look left towards the left fingertips, or you can look the opposite direction, past your right armpit. Each inhale climbs a little deeper into the inhale, as though investigating to open up the space from the inside out, lungs wider, ribs wider, so that each exhale can dive into the depth of the exhale, to empty out a little more, to ground into the heaviness of letting go. I'm going to take one last breath together. When you inhale, fit in a little more inhale and get to the top and hold. Hold. Stay holding. And then part your lips, your teeth, and exhale, sigh. If you're looking left or right, bring your head to center, more neutral. Bring your left hand to the outside of your left hip, palm face down. And bring your right arm forward, palm to the ground, framing the outside of your hip. And a little press into the right foot. Keep your left leg there. Wag your right knee up to center on an inhale. And then wag it to the right. Back to soles of the feet together. Knees wide, Baddha Konasana. Exhale. Maybe you lift your upper back and you shift in a way that feels a little more centered through the spine, a little more long to neutralize the upper back. And then just breathe in this Baddha Konasana butterfly pose for 3 more breaths. Big inhales, big exhales, sweeping in the breath, letting go, filling up for inhale, ushering out for exhale. Take your hands to the outer thighs. Help your knees close like a book, slow and steady. Heel toe a little bit, toe heel the feet flat onto your mat. And then just ground with your feet onto the mat and a bend of the legs. Bring one knee at a time in towards your chest. And then either take your hands to your shins, knees area, or wrap your arms around your shins and give yourself a sweet little hug, grounding the back body, neck, and head to the mat. Take your hands behind your knees as you lift your calves a bit, and then rock forward and back a couple of times that suits you. Swinging your legs. Ooh. We're going to turn in the middle of your mat to face your monitor. So from the middle of your mat, you kind of take a seat with a bend in your legs. Make sure that your props are nearby. We could take our props kind of to the right of us and our hands behind and lean back and step our feet a little further ahead with a still generous bend in the legs. And then take a deep breath in and wag your knees, both of them to the left. And then inhale, come back to center. And wag both your knees to the right. And then wag your knees back up, breathe in. And step your heels kind of half a step towards your sit bones. Take another inhale here. And wag your knees to the left again. And then come back up to center, breathe in. And wag your knees to the right. And then come back up to center. Step your feet a little wider away, toes still point straight ahead. And take an inhale again. Just mobility in the hips. And wag your knees to left. Good. Come back up to center. And then wag your knees to right. And this time we're going to hang out here. And then you're going to walk your heart up with the help of your hands behind. You're going to take your props, just in case you need them, and put them out in front. And you're just going to start to fold with your right foot kind of in front of your left knee. And you're just going to fold forward until you either lay your heart on the ground, or you could potentially lay your heart on your block and then the rest of you on your block. And you could look to the left in this fold or to the right. And the left is an easier look for the whole fold of this. If you're looking to the right, you're incorporating a bit of a twist here. And this may be plenty for you. Again, you may be propping yourself up with props underneath your heart and your head, or it may be the case that you can lay closer to the ground and flat. You can also extend your left leg a little more long, so the inseam of your left leg rests to your mat. You should feel a generous amount of sensation on the outer right thigh up into the right seat. You should also feel a little bit up into your back body. But if there's any kind of sharp pain in your lower back, you'll want to bend that left leg again to alleviate that. And then you just stay super soft, committed to the stillness here, committed to the ways the shape will let you in on your body, to get to know your body. Softening in the jaw and in the fingertips. Really relaxing the expression of your face as though it's a bit of a nap time. And could there be a world here where you lose track of time and even fall asleep a bit? We're in the last minute of time, perhaps around 5, maybe 8 breaths, depending on how you breathe your breaths in and out. Recommended slow and steady. One last inhale. Slow out the mouth, exhale. Press into the palms, pick up the head and heart. Walk the hands in, stand up the torso. You can take your props, framing your mat, and then turn your right hip up so that your left leg goes long and you're kind of almost in a pigeon pose. Curl your left toes under and step slow and steady into a downward face dog. Feel all the space open up on your right leg and right outer hip. There might be a little bit of heat and tingle there. In that tingle, just pedal out the feet, deep breath in and out. Kick your right leg high, breathe in. And bend your right leg to stack your right hip over the left. Stay, breathe out. Look to the right pinky finger, take an inhale. And then step your right foot towards the outside of the right hand. Slide the left foot back, left knee down, exhale. You can stay on flat hands here for a nice low lunge. Or you can go a little deeper and walk to forearms on the mat or forearms on a block. Try not to move for the sake of moving, but try to move for the sake of finding a still place to be. Let your right knee wag open a little bit. Gaze slightly ahead of your mat so that there's a invitation for the neck to remain in line with the spine. Last minute, maybe you go a little further. Maybe you do walk down to your forearms. Maybe if you try it on and it's too much, you come back. Stillness and deep breaths in and out. Take a full breath in. And part the lips for breath out. Press a little bit into the hands. Bend a little more through the back leg. Shift the hips back to straighten the front leg and ground through the right heel as you flex the right foot. Right leg straight for a beat. Breathe in and out. Curl your back toes under. Pick up the back leg and step into downward face dog, slow and steady. And bring your knees down. Sit your bum down in the middle of the mat. Step your feet down in front of you. Hands behind you and lean back. And then heel toe about 2, maybe even 3 feet between your feet, with a bend in your legs and toes looking straight ahead as you sit in the middle of your mat. Inhale, breathe all the breath in. Exhale, wag your knees to the right. Inhale, come back up to center. Feet flat to the floor, and then exhale, wag your knees to the left. We're going to stay here. Right knee kind of hides perfectly behind your left heel. And then bring your props with you as you sit up through the torso. Figure out how you're going to fold down as you walk your heart down. Remember, you can prop props underneath your heart, your torso, your head like a pillow. Or if you have the capability to fold all the way to the ground, you could do that too. You can look to the right, a little less intense in this pose. Or if you're incorporating a twist, you can look to the left. And it takes sometimes a moment, certainly did for me, to find your perfect fit. And that fit is something that allows you to remain still for an extended period of time. To feel the sensation across your outer left hip, up the leg a bit, cross into the sit bone. If you're adding on, you might walk the right leg a little long so that the inseam of the right leg relaxes onto your mat. And we're here for a nice little chunk of time. So just allowing yourself to almost imagine a little nap here. Mm. Taking about 5 more breaths for the last little bit of time. One more inhale. And holding as you get to the top, feeling space inside your body that helps to stretch to the outside. Hold. And parting your lips to exhale, sigh. Lift your head up, lift your torso up, walk your hands. Kind of sit up through the torso, taking the props to frame your block. You're now looking towards the back of your mat. You're going to turn your right hip in and down to face the mat as you pick up your left hip. And then step into a downward face dog here. And feel the space. And pedal out the feet. And as you pedal out the feet, feel all the wash of energy on that left leg. I'm going to kick that left leg up, breathe in. And then bend the left leg, stack the left hip, three-legged dog with an open hip. Look to the outside of the left hand. And inhale here. And step wide to the outside of that hand. Exhale, right knee down as you slide the right foot back. Again, you can feel a little more open through the left knee. You can be more generous about the hips falling forward and down. And you can also walk your heart down onto forearms or stay high with gaze slightly ahead of your mat, keeping your neck in line with your spine. You might walk yourself down now if you feel like more space is opened, or you can stay put for the last 5-ish breaths. If you're on your forearms, start to walk yourself back up to flat hands. And then as you kind of bend through the back leg deeper, you send the hips back. Ooh, slow and steady, like you're moving through thick honey. Kind of feels like that anyways. Until you straighten the front leg. Really straighten it. And then flip up the left toes as you flex through the left foot. Ground the left heel down. Stretch. Breathe in. And out. You can walk your hands in a bit. Pick up the back leg as you ground through the ball of the right foot. And step slow and steady into down dog. And enjoy that space for 2 breaths. Make your way to lie down on your back body. Space in the arms, space in the legs. Final Shavasana, guys. Sundays are for being sweet to yourself. So sweeten in this final Shavasana. Take your time getting out of your practice and stay mindfully aware of the small gestures you can make today to keep your body and your space sweet. Namaste.